Do a little clearing for 2026. Kind of reminds me of that Joni Mitchell song. I see it from both sides now. The cloud, right, there were clouds in my eyes. I don't know, I have to play that song again. Okay, let's just breathe in and breathe out. Okay, I'm going to do some Reiki and some meditation and just go to talk a little astrology. And you know, I was going to ask you guys if you're experiencing this. Have you noticed that your hair is changing colors? I mean, I haven't even done anything to it, and it's changing colors. I don't know if you're experiencing that. But you know, with all this new energy and light being infused into our DNA, we're going to go right into meditation. I think we're going to see our bodies change in some interesting ways. So just keep that in mind. Let me sit up tall here. So you want to get in a sitting position. We're going to go right into meditation. Okay. So if you're new to my channel, I usually preface the meditation by saying you might feel your body vibrate. And you might also feel yourself spiral. You don't force it, just allow the spirit to move through you. You have your own divine spirit inside of you. I guess they call it the monad. The monad. It's kind of a dramatic word, right? Monad. You can just do a little dough in. And just kind of let go of all the junk from the day, you know, whatever you had to deal with, you didn't like dealing with. Okay, so there is a lesson for this meditation. Okay, so there's another reason to do a meditation today. First of all, we need to clear and ground ourselves. We need to clarify our lives. But also, I was on a computer way too much today. I've got to make sure I go out in the garden tomorrow. It's about healing ourselves, right? If we want to be helpful to other people, we have to heal ourselves first. Mentally, physically, spiritually, geographically. Okay, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. You know, and sometimes you just might feel your left hand go up when you're getting the energy coming in. Okay, if you feel comfortable going like that, that's kind of, oh my God, it reminds me of the happy cat. You know, the happy cat in Chinatown. I wonder, okay, so let's be a happy cat, right? You know, we'll be a happy cat. Okay, so for healing, this is the message I have to convey tonight. That's funny. Be a happy cat. I should title my video The Happy Cat. And then, okay, so remember I said we did that little exercise with our hands like this, where you kind of feel the energy kind of pulsating between your fingertips as you're channeling, right? You're channeling your chi. You know, there's a lot of Tai Chi masters that you might want to pay attention to. So yeah, you know, just play with the energy for a while. You might feel your body moving when you do this. So why is this occurring? Okay, this is occurring because as you build up your chi, and how do you build up your chi? We have a spiral of light inside of you, right? It goes all the way up to your shoulders, all the way up to your head, all the way up to your third eye, and beyond. So yeah, I think when you feel less energized, you can just go into meditation, rev up your chi. So, okay, so if you feel your hand goes up, the happy cat, okay? Your other hand now you should feel some chi in it. You should feel some buzzing energy, like a little buzz. Okay, like, you know, kind of like, I don't know if you ever zapped your brother or sister or cousins, you know, in the wintertime when the rugs got really dry, we used to run across them with our socks, and then we used to zap each other. All right, so that's what this palm should feel. This is what your fingers should feel like. You should have some kind of like energetic chi in here. You know, and if you don't, you need to start doing some more herbs, detoxifying your body, do some fresh juices. Okay, so then we take this hand for healing, and I tried this yesterday, and it really worked. It was like rainy, right? And my arthritis was never as bad as it used to be. I mean, I basically don't even know I have it except for some stiffness, inflexibility, right? But in my right hip, it was like really like this deep ache inside, and I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to work on my healing, and this is why it's a message for you too. So why am I going to sit around and complain about it? I'm going to take my right hand and I put it right there where it hurts. And I'm going to allow it to just be there inside the pain, okay? You make contact with the pain, okay? When you make contact with the pain, it's going to start to feel magnetic. Now, maybe not everybody's going to feel this at first because you got to really practice it, right? But I think the way the energy now is shifting on the planet, I think a lot of people are going to feel this like really fast. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your hand on that area. And I said, okay, you know, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind being in a group of people, healing them, as long as we're healing ourselves too, right? So I kept it there and I contacted it and I could feel that. Oh, okay, so besides the magnetic feeling that you're going to have as you get as stronger as a healer, as the more you practice, so you're going to feel that healing and you're going to feel that magnetic. It's going to just feel like your body, your hand is stuck to your body, like there's going to be like a magnetic pull to that area. And then you also are going to feel warmth. And the reason I know about the temperature change is because I studied with, well, I didn't really study with them. I spent some time with them. The Native Americans in Arizona. I really need to go back. I want to go to Sedona. I need to go somewhere hot and dry. Maybe that's where I should spend my winters. All right, so anyway, so when I was doing that Native American workshop, I didn't even know this man was good. I think I showed you guys pictures of him before. What was his name called? I don't know. I know he was with White Soaring Eagle. I went out to the study with White Soaring Eagle, and he brought him to this happening that I went to. It's like we did the medicine wheel. You know, you walk around the rocks, and as you walk around the rocks, I was thinking of doing a medicine wheel in my garden. I think I might do that. And as you walk around the rocks, you know, everybody brings a rock to put in, you know, and this whole circle of like peace circle is created of energy. because it's like a unifying energy. And then we also did, you get black, red, white, and green colors, those 4 colors kind of symbolizing, I guess, the 4 directions. And then we had to roll it up with tobacco, which is a tradition, and then you tie it with a little string and you hang it in the wind. And it's supposed to like send out prayers in 4 directions. So then he had this Native American come and sat with us, and he said, I want to hold your hands. I go, hold my hands? Why is this strange Native American want to hold my hands, right? So he wanted me just to open him up, the palms, right? So I put out my palms. And he says, yeah, you're a real healer. And I says, I didn't even know he was analyzing my healing ability, right? And because I didn't talk about it, right? And he says, when your hands are warm, that's when the healing's coming through, okay? Because that's where your chi is really being motivated to enter into your body to heal yourself, right? So those are the lessons I have for you today. So we're going to do a little more meditation, and then we're going to finish up a little bit about the planets. Okay? All right. Yeah, you might feel it in your digestion too. I'm taking some, actually maybe I need to tell you about them. I mean, you make your own decisions, right? And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. But in my opinion, well, I don't know what I did. I'll have to find that bottle later. But I started taking probiotics. You know, probiotics are found in yogurt, right? But I got this specific kind. I got it, I'll tell you where I got it from. I got it from that company that has Raw Generation. It's one of theirs, the probiotics. And it's supposed to be really good. You're supposed to take 3. They didn't say 3 at one time. I just took 3 at one time because I want to see what impact it has on my digestive system. Okay, so, I mean, I think a lot of people, because there's so much, what can I say, CR, you know what, in the food, that we need to really protect our digestive systems with probiotics. And tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to go pick dandelions and make some I'm going to learn how to make dandelion wine. And I want to pick some dandelions and put them in my salad. You know, you're always supposed to put like baking soda and vinegar in there to get all the bugs out. And I'm going to start eating dandelion leaves too. Because what dandelion does, whether you eat it like deep fried, or you can make coffee out of it or salads, because it's got the root system too, that when you break it, you can see this like little milky stuff come out. But it's supposed to be very good for healing your liver. So if you have jaundice of the liver, or if you have some kind of liver problem, if you have muscle problems, you have a liver problem, okay? Because the muscles are ruled by, and tendons and ligaments are all ruled by the liver and the spleen. So that's why I'm trying to detox a lot. And trying to do some exercises too. I don't even know what time it is. Let me see. What time is it? Okay, well, we're going to stop in a few minutes. Let me just finish here. So yeah, so work on the healing part. That was the message for today. We want to work on our healing. So how do we do that? We want to go into meditation more frequently. And then, like I said, you could do that maneuver with your hands when you feel the tingling and the warmth, the happy cat. And then put your hands somewhere on your body, feel the magnetic pull and the warmth. Okay, so that's a little summary. Okay, so the last thing I want to share with you today is, I'm going to go get a massage tomorrow. I can't wait. So we have all these planets, the Sun, Saturn, Venus, Mars, Neptune. They're all like a chain, and they're all in Aries. So please be patient with people. People are going to like flip out, you know. Look at all these shootings that are happening right now with children. And all these children that are being SA'd, all untrafficked, it's just like this evil is just rampant. So this is another reason we need to meditate, meditate, meditate. And do chamomile tea and ginger to detox. But next week, the following week, the week of the 26th, it's going to be the first time, the first time in our generation that we're going to have Uranus and Gemini. So that's going to affect all forms of communication. So we're going to really see the internet change dramatically. I mean, we're already seeing crap going on with AI, right? I don't even enjoy listening to certain YouTube channels anymore, because who wants to watch a robot? You know, it's just not me. So yeah, so I really think you need to massage the bottom of your feet too for healing. Maybe you have a partner, you could take turns massaging. You can't have long nails though, right? And you don't want to press too hard if the person, you have to, that was the first thing I learned about healing when I was little, after I had all my psychic medium experiences, or more, psychic awareness experiences. I don't really talk about that a lot, but the first thing I learned, my mother, and I wasn't even in nursing school at that time. I was still in teaching, I think. I don't even know what grade I was in. No, I was really young. I think I was in 8th grade. She gave me a book on foot reflexology. You know, that might not be a bad thing for you to get. You could go to your library and get one for free. Yeah, because when you work on your feet, the bottom of your feet, it has, all the energy goes to every other part in your body, just like in the ear. The ear is an upside-down fetus, right? All right, let's do one more meditation here. So wait, what was I going to say? So the first time... yeah, it's the week of the 26th now. Uranus in Gemini, that means shocking. Here today, gone tomorrow. Shocking changes in the universe because of Uranus. Uranus is going to go into Gemini. That affects all forms of communication. Air, train, car. That's why we're going to see flying cars. But it's going to affect political leaders too. And who's our Gemini political leader is Trump. So hopefully he doesn't have a stroke, God bless his heart, because Uranus and Gemini, it's going to affect people that are Gemini. So I think Geminis and Aquarius, the air signs, right? They have to be very careful of their nervous systems. Very careful of their nervous systems. My moon is in Aquarius right now, and it's been very intense. It's very, very intense with a lot of people that I know. So, because, your moon is your emotions, your feelings, right? So that's what's kind of being affected. So, okay, so what else do I want to say? Wait, about Uranus and Gemini. A duality, right? So, people might be, everybody, might be deciding between two places that they want to live. Where do they want to live? It's intense right now with the water. I heard about Wisconsin. I don't know if it was all the rivers, but I would say most of the rivers they were talking about were going over flood stage level in Wisconsin. And I have an investment in Organic Valley there. I really hope they're protected, because that's a really good organic farm. If you want to invest in anything, try and invest in something that's going to help our planet. Okay? People with money can do a lot with their money. It's too bad people aren't more creative. That's all I could say, because if people just start helping out people more, there'd be more love in the world. And I hate to say it, but these extreme Muslims, they need to go back to their country. They're just wreaking havoc everywhere. They're running wild. People are getting raped. It doesn't make any sense, So, you can't just come into a Christian country and take your extreme religious values there. That's not going to fly. You can't just go in there and take over. Go to your own country. Go back to where you came from. Because you obviously don't want to become a Christian. You don't want to become here. You don't want to be peaceful. You don't want to be a Buddhist. Every religion, I guess, has its extremists, right? I think maybe it's better not to identify with any of them. I think it's better just to identify with nature, because I see God in nature. I feel every flower is like a kiss from God. So I think we need to identify more with the beauty in the nature, and we would have less conflict in the world. There's too much conflict. All right, I'm going to do one more meditation. Clearing the heart. Remember to stay in your heart. If you get into your head too much, your head starts spinning. You need to calm it down. I made myself some of that chamomile ginger tea. I'm going to have a hot cup of that. Chamomile is good for calming your nervous system. It's also good for gas in babies that are colicky. Anybody who has gas, it's really good for your intestines. And I did it with ginger, and ginger is really good for your digestion too.